Hi Ravinder, Daphne here. You don't need to worry about sending me corrections. It's fine. I know you know what you're doing. As long as you just make a note if there's anything urgent that comes up that you think, oh gosh, I really need to write that down, then write that down. Yeah, you don't need to rewrite the essay, obviously. Not expecting that. So these days, problems with pollution are becoming worse. Particularly in large cities. What are the reasons and how can this be solved? So problem, solution, essay. Here we go. Over the past few decades, a picture of the world has been changed a lot. Now, I wouldn't go into a passive. I would just go has changed. You've got a passive in there. You're absolutely right on the present perfect with this. But you don't need the passive here. So has changed a lot. Creatures on Earth are suffering from many problems, and pollution is the most emerging issue for both. Most emerging, maybe most dangerous. I don't think you could use emerging. The most dangerous issue for both. Definitely not that, especially in urban areas. Okay, it's too much. It's too long. I get the message because you've got creatures on Earth, and you've got issues for both. So, oh, I see. For both developing and developed worlds. Okay. Okay. I thought you meant for both referring backwards. Oh no. Do you know what? I just put globally. I tell you why, because it's a long for an intro, so I think you just don't need the extra words here. I would just honestly go that, especially in urban areas. Yes, there are several reasons that need to be addressed, but increasing population is a root cause. Good. This says it will analyse. Lovely. So do you see, you don't need that extra in there. You're okay. The rise in population, so you're being specific here. The rise in population and urbanisation are directly proportional to each other. So tell me, this is like you're connecting by explaining as people move to metropolitan cities to earn their bread and butter. Good. Okay, nice. The overcrowd. I'm not a huge fan of idioms, but I think it works okay. The overcrowded cities. So now you don't need the. Now it's just all overcrowded cities. So you don't need the article there. So you do need it here, but you don't need it there. Overcrowded cities face. You don't need it there because it's in general. Environmental contamination, don't need a comma there. Air pollution, due to here you could have a comma. Due to increased number of automobiles, here you need the, okay, please check this out. Make sure you're really happy with this. You need this because it's specific. The increased number of automobiles and industries, you're referring to a specific number. Here, it's just overcrowded cities in general. Environmental contamination in general. Well, contamination there's no plural. It's like information. It's just plural anyway. So you don't need an article. But here you do. Improper disposal of waste. Waste cause? I don't think you need that word. I might be wrong, but I don't think you need that. So increased number of automobiles, improper, yeah. Oh, cause, this is your verb. Okay, so you don't need a comma before it. Watch out, we've got some rather random commas coming in here, which is upsetting the flow. So this is your subject, and then straight into your verb, cause, soil and water pollution, poor housing conditions. Don't put that in an IELTS essay. Okay, poor housing conditions, and add to health problems. I assume that was just an oversight. Okay, and add to health problems. Right. For example, comma, not a thing. A study by Time magazine showed that air pollution in Delhi was 20 times more than recommended safe limits. Good, that's fine. Okay, so be careful. There's a few things on there in articles which will cost you a lot of marks. Watch out. The concerns related to pollution can be addressed if no comma. Your commas are random. Yeah, be careful. Don't kind of throw them in there. Can be addressed if governments and public work in collaboration to reduce the number of cars on the road. There you're okay. Public transit, now public transport we would say, is the best alternative, which can be promoted by low fares, dedicated lanes and increased hours of service. Good. Moreover, governments could provide financial packages to municipalities for installing garbage bins and proper treatment of waste, and subsidies to industries to introduce green sources of energy like wind power. What a great paragraph, loving it. For example, the Indian government, so specifically not the British government or French, the Indian government now provides, or I would change tenses to show some grammar here. You need to be showing some grammar. Has provided 40%. Okay, so present perfect in there for the subsidy of solar panels. If this policy succeeds, let's get a conditional in here. It is estimated to produce over 15 or 16% of the country's electricity needs by 2030. Okay, random, but what I have done is put a conditional in here. It's a first conditional. So if, actually, it's a zero conditional because I'm using present tense, but I'm using a passive here. So if it succeeds, present tense, it is estimated. That's a passive present to produce da-da-da. So this is important. Getting in this kind of fancy grammar, you need that to boost your marks. Okay. To conclude, I believe that every person on the earth is directly or indirectly. You don't need is. Either is contributing or contributes. So, or is a contributor. So just go contributes. Not fulfilling his daily needs. Thus, it is the equal responsibility of everybody to take appropriate steps. Really, really good. Lovely writing there. Don't spoil it by these mistakes here. And show off some more grammar. Okay, everything else is fantastic, but show off some more grammar just to make sure you get grammar's 25% of the marks. Make sure you really get that. Okay, good work. Bar chart. Here we go. Bar chart shows the sales of cars in 3 brands in 9 countries. Overall, the maximum cars sold in Hungary were sold. So passives here were sold in Hungary, while Belgium had past tense. The least, so watch out, had, and then it's a superlative, so the least number of sales. Ford and BMW were almost equally popular in all countries except Germany. Excellent, but in Italy, BMW had the highest. So superlatives, we always have to have the. The trend was reversed. Okay, was reversed. Or the trend was reversed. In Belgium, and instead of and, you could put where, and then capital letter for Ford, obviously, was, Ford was the most, or Ford cars were the most popular, or Ford cars, or where Belgians, you could have the people, purchased most Fords. So you don't have to have the countries to start with. Remember, we can mix it up. You can have Audi cars, could be your subject. Could be Belgian car lovers. Or maybe not car lovers, car shoppers. Yeah. But mix it up a bit. Don't be scared to show language, show skill here. In France and Hungary, all 3 brands sold almost, or I would go were sold in also, I'm putting in a passive here, more marks, were sold in almost equal number of cars, but around 80,000 more were sold in Hungary, and the number of Audi was almost double in latter than the latter. Not sure, just watch that. Double the latter. I think you just want double the latter. In UK and Germany, only 100,000 Audis were sold. Good, you got it there. Which was a similar number of Ford. Good, okay. So instead of having sold, then your verb could be purchased or bought. See how we can, if we change the subject, we can have more different verbs rather than just sold all the time. Germans, good, now you've got it, liked admirably, almost is not coming in the right place, in almost similar quantities at 120,000. Okay, whereas people in Ireland, good, now you've got it, liked, which was equal to total sales, very good, this is good. Total sales cost in Belgium 90,000, out of which Ford alone sold. That's perfect. You've got it there. Absolutely lovely. Okay, so it's just little things, but be careful because all the little things add up. But keep going, Ravinder. Okay, I know you can do it, and I'm really glad you got this extra practice going. Well done.